All right, here is the review. So anytime you want to pause it, you can. So number one, first thing I did is I common factored out a multiple of 3 and an x. If I full factor out a 3x, I have an x squared minus 1x minus 6. And then I factor that, multiples of negative 6, negative 3, and positive 2. Found a mistake, darn it. Glad I'm going back through this. And positive 2. Okay, it is factored. Number 2 is just 7x plus 5y, 7x minus 5y, because that's 49x squared minus 25y squared. Number 3, I need that a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. And of course, I'm going to let a be 2x, and I'm going to let b be 5, and I just plug that into the formula, and I get a 2x minus 5. A squared is a 4x squared plus 10x plus 25. 4 I did by grouping. I put these two together, took out an x squared. I'd have an x minus 5. These two I pulled out a negative 16. And again, I'd have an x minus 5. They have an x minus 5 in common. That'd leave an x squared minus 16 left over, and I'd factor that into x plus 4, x minus 4, okay? 5, x squared, negative 4, negative 9 makes 36, but also makes the negative 13x squared. And then I factor that into x plus 2x minus 2, x plus 3x minus 3, okay? 6, I common factored out an x first, and then I factored it again. It's a lot like the one up here. And then I get my mini equations, 0, 3, and negative 2, and behavior that's a positive, so I go off to positive infinity, and I go through my zeros. There are no double roots, okay? 7, I factored into x squared, minus 4 minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 2, x plus 1, x minus 1. So my roots are at negative 1, negative 2, positive 1, 1. And behavior is positive, so I go off to the positive infinity. Okay, and then I just go through my root, through my root, through my root, through my root. Okay. On the other page, and again, you can pause this anytime it seems like it's going too fast for you. This one won't factor, but if I solve it, I get to right here. If I take the square root of negative 49 sevenths, it's like square root of 49 is 7, square root of 4 is 2, but I have to get the I from the negative square root. 2 answers, plus or minus. Number 9, I get a factor out a common x, then I can factor that again into a 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3, so my zeros are at 0, negative 3 halves, and positive 3 halves. 10, I'm going to go x squared, I'm going to go negative 4, positive 1 makes the negative 3. If I solve this one, I get plus or minus 2, square root of 4 is 2. But this one here, if I bring over the negative 1 and take the square root of it, you can't take the square root of a negative 1, and that's why you get I plus or minus I. 11, synthetic division, opposite of that one, so it's got to be a positive 1 there. And then 2, negative 3, 12, negative 3, and 10. Bring down my first number, 2, and I multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. I get a remainder of negative 2, so it's not a factor, but my answer would be a 2x cubed minus a 1x squared plus 11x plus 8 plus a remainder negative 2 over what I divided by, okay? 12, okay, I need the original, so what I have to do is multiply these two together. No, synthetic division, sorry, wrong question. Synthetic division, divide by, I know negative 3, so I brought down the 1, negative 3, 6, 0, so it definitely is, this must have been x plus 3. Let me check that, interesting. That is number 12. Oh yeah, x plus 3. Okay, good. So brought over the negative 3. And then I get a remainder of 0, which is awesome. And then this does factor. So I get the other roots by factoring it. So I get my 4 and my negative 2 once I get it down to an x squared minus 2x minus 3. Factor that. Many equations, I get positive 4 and negative 2. Okay, 13. So if this times this has to equal p of x, all I did is I just multiplied it. Just multiplied it out. That times that, 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 times that. And I added them all together to get a 3x cubed plus a 4x squared minus a 0 minus 8. Yeah. 14, I'm going to use my my a cubed plus b cubed, which gives me my a plus b a squared minus ab plus b squared. I'm going to let my a be x, my b be 5, and I put it into the formula. Now, this is easy, -5, but this one I had to use the quadratic formula. Work down the quadratic formula all the way down to here. I reduce my 75, my -75, so I got 5 plus or minus 5 squared to 3i over 2. And that's it. You can pause at any time if it seems too fast for you. Easy peasy. There you go.